What's good, y'all? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Getting out some notifications. We got a live for you right now. Make sure y'all check in and let me know where y'all are coming in from. Let me just send this out. Okay, make sure y'all check in. Make sure y'all check in. Let me know where y'all are coming in from. We about to get into it right now. Let us do it. Okay. All right. Let's do it. Who else we got up in here? Let me see. We got that right there. Let me get the box score right. What's good? How y'all doing? Okay. So let's wait for people to catch up to the live. Somebody said LeBron, you mean Curry? Shout out to Chef Curry. Absolutely. Stephen Curry did his thing. Shout out to you from Philly. Who else we got? Curry went crazy. What a game. Thickest squad. Somebody said thickest squad, bro. Okay, thickest squad in U.S. history. I see you. Shout out from VA. What else we got? North Carolina. I see you in the building. Curry carried the team. The babyface assassin. Yes, sir. Let's allow more people to catch up to the live. Curry for MVP. Y'all know that ain't going to happen. They are never going to let Curry win that MVP. Y'all can forget that. No way. It will never happen. Too many politics. Buffalo. Shout out to Buffalo, New York. Toronto. I see you in the building. Dominican Republic. The game is over. Somebody said, what's the score? The game is over. I'm actually trying to find the box score right now. I can't find the box score. Let me see. I'm trying to actually get the box score right now. I can't find it to see what everybody scored in that game. I'm actually trying to pull up the box score. So while y'all come in, let me see if I can find that. I actually can't find that right now. ESPN's app keeps crashing. So anyway, so basically, Team USA just won the Olympic gold. Big congratulations to Team USA. It was a very, very impressive gold medal. They finally got tested in the closing round against Serbia and ultimately France. Serbia today won the bronze medal. And USA just played. Listen, I was watching the game, and at no point in time did I think that USA wasn't going to win this game. At no point in time. I was watching the game, and at no point in time did I think to myself, oh, you know what? I think America could actually lose this game. I never thought that. I thought that the USA was going to win this game. We put up a poll on the channel. The majority of the people thought USA was going to win this game. France tried to make it a competitive game at the end. But if I'm being honest with you, if anybody saw that game, France had a lot of opportunities to make it a competitive game, but France couldn't even hit their free throws. I think France went something like 9 of 16 from the free throw line. They missed a lot of easy free throws going at the basket that would have given them an opportunity to make it a competitive game. And whenever they managed to hit a three, Stephen Curry came back and responded. Stephen Curry finished that game with 24 points, and Curry made 8 3-pointers. 8. Stephen Curry made 8 3-pointers in that game over Victor Wembanyama, I think he made what? He scored 26 points in that game. I'm trying to get the full box score. Can y'all let me know how many points KD and LeBron and all of these guys scored? I think Steph led the way for the USA Warren, but I'm trying to figure out how many points LeBron and these guys. Somebody said the fourth quarter. Yeah. To me, I think. Let me know how many points LeBron scored. I don't know why I can't find the scores, man. They don't even have them on NBA.com. I don't even know what the hell. I don't know where the hell you find these scores at. The box score. Anyway, to me, watching that game, as I was watching it, I thought that LeBron was a consistent presence throughout the game. He was there in the first quarter. He was there in the second quarter. He was there in the third quarter. In the second half, KD came on. He made some pretty tough shots. It looked to me like when USA needed a bucket, they just decided that they were going to go to Kevin Durant whenever they needed a bucket, and that's exactly what happened. Kevin Durant was like the automatic bucket getter. Stephen Curry was the guy that if you needed a bailout shot, he was the one that was going to hit that shot. If you notice, we put LeBron and Stephen Curry in the title of this show. I think that both of them played a role in Team USA's victory. Bron had 14 and 10 assists. Okay, appreciate that. Bron had 14 and 10 assists. I think that, however, okay, here I go. Okay, we got the box score now. Okay, I finally got the box score. So I think that once again, I think if it's not for the heroics of Stephen Curry versus Serbia and Curry versus this team, I think France have an opportunity to make the game very, very interesting in that fourth quarter. I think France could have possibly brought the game within 2 if Stephen Curry's not hitting those shots. But if you look at the rounds where the games matter, the elimination games, USA played Brazil. It wasn't really a contest. Then they played Serbia, and Serbia was the one that came the closest to knocking out Team USA. I finally got the box score here. Let's try to get these likes up to 200 likes, guys. Let's try to get these likes up to 200 likes. But in that game where it was an elimination game, one could make an argument if Stephen Curry doesn't play well in that game, USA gets blown out. Not only do they lose, USA gets blown out if Stephen Curry doesn't play well. I think you can also make an argument that Curry has been the most important player for Team USA in these elimination games, especially against Serbia and especially against France. Just a second here. Let me just do this real quick because somebody's spamming the comments. I'm trying to. Okay, good. So to me, I think Curry was their most important player. I think LeBron was the glue guy for the team. I think LeBron probably led the team in minutes. I think that was probably by design. If you look at other teams that had other stars like Serbia or France, I think that USA could have done a better job at not playing LeBron so many minutes and giving other players like Jason Tatum more minutes. I didn't think it was necessary to play him all of those minutes. I thought they had other guys. So I'm not sure they needed to do that. I think, look, I'm going to give you guys my honest opinion on what happened. I think that if somebody should win this tournament MVP, I think that based off of these last 2 games, it would be Stephen Curry. But if we look at the totality of the Olympics, a lot of people can make an argument that it should be LeBron. Now, here's what I think is happening. I think that more than in the NBA, but in FIBA, in these international competitions, I think it has a lot to do with politics. And I mean that. It has a lot to do with politics and very little to do with basketball. It has a lot to do with politics. Going into the Olympics, America is a team that's supposed to win. At least basketball, they're supposed to win. Number 2, LeBron is the face of the NBA. So he's going to be the most marketed guy. And if you listen to the way the announcers were calling the game, you can tell that there was a real push to ensure that they keep promoting LeBron, which I understand. Again, it's politics. So I think LeBron is going to win the MVP of the tournament. I think he's going to win. I think that even if Stephen Curry scored 40 points in this game, I still think he was going to win because it's politics. It is just politics. All I know is that if Stephen Curry doesn't play the way he plays, USA loses. That's my takeaway. Let's look at the box score. So if we look at it on France side, Yabusele, this guy, he played incredible. He scored 20 points for France. Victor Wembanyama scored 26 points for France, but France only had 3 players in double figures. If you look at America, they had Kevin Durant had 15, LeBron James had 14, Devin Booker had 15, Stephen Curry had 24. Then you had Anthony Edwards have 8. Drew Holiday hit some big threes. He had 6. Anthony Davis had 8. Joel Embiid, I think, was probably the biggest loser in all of this. I think that Joel Embiid made a mistake playing for USA, and I'm going to tell you why. I think that, first of all, the French don't respect Joel Embiid for playing for the USA. What is it? Cameroon doesn't respect Joel Embiid for playing for USA. That's the first part. So on that side, Joel Embiid looks like a total clown. Then on USA side, USA Americans are looking at Joel Embiid like, man, we got Joel Embiid, we got the MVP, we got this guy. And he was totally underwhelming. You even heard people like Charles Barkley say Joel Embiid is coming into this competition looking out of weight. So I'm not sure these Olympics actually helped Joel Embiid. I'm not sure it did. Another person I'm not sure the Olympics helped was Jason Tatum. I want to go back to the politics point because some people think that, Dreamers Pro wants USA to lose. Did y'all just hear what Jeff Teague got the podcast. Jeff Teague, what is it? 570 podcast. Y'all know Jeff Teague's podcast. Jeff Teague, I saw a show that they published yesterday where Jeff Teague was saying that he was low-key hoping that Team USA loses for the way that they were disrespecting Jason Tatum. Jason, 520, exactly, 520. Appreciate that. They were saying that they hope USA loses because a lot of people are upset with Steve Kerr and all of these dudes for not playing Jason Tatum. If I look at the game, Jason Tatum, think about this, just to show you that the Olympics is all about politics and it has very little to do about basketball. Jason Tatum, ended up playing 0 minutes in the Serbia game. In this game, Jason Tatum played, how many minutes did he play? He played, based off of what I'm seeing, they haven't, let me see. They haven't adjusted the minutes yet. Let me see. Jason Tatum played, let me see. I don't got the minutes. Can somebody tell me how many minutes Jason Tatum played? I don't think Jason Tatum played more than 3 minutes. How many minutes did Jason Tatum play? It was either 3 or 5 minutes. How many minutes? Can y'all tell me? Because the ESPN app is not loading the minutes. How many minutes he played? Can y'all tell me? Can somebody tell me how many minutes Jason Tatum played? About 3 to 5 minutes, right? About 3 to 5 minutes. Jason Tatum played about 3 or 5 minutes. He ended up going 1 of 3 of, 10 minutes. He ended up going 1 of 3. 1 of 3. Somebody, yeah, all right. He said 30 minutes. All right, whatever. He ended up going 1 of 3 from the floor. Do y'all realize that Jason Tatum is the only American player to make the all-first NBA team last year? Jason Tatum was the only American player to make the all-first NBA team last year. The all-first, not the all-second, not the all-third, the first. And he ended up being one of the most disrespected players in the entire tournament. The same Jason Tatum that helped lead his team to a 60-win, high 50-win record last year in the Eastern Conference, helped lead his team to an NBA championship. That Jason Tatum could barely get any minutes on the floor. If that don't tell you that this is all about politics, I don't know what else will. Because according to what we saw last season, Jason Tatum is one of the three best small forwards in the entire NBA. He's one of the three. It's Luka Doncic, Jason Tatum, and whoever else I can't remember right now. He's one of the best last year. And he only played, 10 minutes? So what does that say about that? And I was listening to Jeff Teague basically say that he said that the Team USA just cost the NBA another championship because the Boston Celtics are going to win the championship next year for the way that they disrespected Jason Tatum. Now, let's talk about LeBron's legacy. Let's talk about LeBron's legacy. Let's talk about Kevin Durant's legacy. And let's talk about Stephen Curry. Let's start out with LeBron. What does this Olympic gold mean for LeBron James? I definitely think that it is very impressive. This would be LeBron's third? This would be LeBron's third. He won the gold in 2008. He won the gold in 2012. He won the gold in he didn't LeBron played in 2012, 8. What did he play in any other Olympic? I know he didn't play in 20. Did he play in 16? LeBron didn't play in 16. LeBron got 2, right? This will make it his third, right? This is his third, exactly. He played in 08. No, he played in 04. He played in 08. He played in 12. And he played in 24. Out of those 4, he won 3 Olympic golds. I think that for LeBron to win an Olympic gold at the age of 39, going on 40 years old, I think it is impressive, not for the fact that, it's not like as if, oh my God, LeBron carried the team. No, not for that, because that's not what happened. I think it was impressive for the fact that he was able to be interested enough in basketball for that long to even want to even be in it. Because truth be told, LeBron didn't need to be in these Olympics. He didn't need it. He already won. 2? So I don't think anyone was sitting there saying, man, LeBron, it would really be nice for him to get another Olympics. I don't think anybody said that. So for him to get it, I think it shows that he has a passion to play basketball. So it's good for him. So does it enhance his legacy? I don't know, right? Helps. It certainly helps. Do I think is a game changer in anybody's mind? I don't know. I don't think so. Maybe for LeBron fans, probably. Hey guys, let's try to get these likes up to 300 likes. Probably. Maybe LeBron fans, they would say, okay, he has more goals probably than Michael Jordan. Probably. I don't know. You would have to ask a LeBron fan that. I don't know. But it was definitely good for him, right? In terms of Kevin Durant, I think that it did well for KD for the simple fact that I think KD now has 2012, 2020, 2024. Was KD in the 2016 Olympics? Was KD in the 16 Olympics? I don't remember that, but I know he was in the 2020 Olympics. I know that. So KD has 4, right? I think KD has 4. I think it just proves that Kevin Durant is the most decorated Olympian American basketball player ever. Does it mean that he's the best basketball player to ever play for the Olympics? No. But he has been our best player over the 4 Olympics he's played in, for sure. So Kevin Durant will be recognized as the greatest American basketball Olympian. He will be recognized for that. And I think that he deserves it for a few reasons. Number one, he's won 4 Olympic golds. That's number one. 4. That's more than Michael Jordan. That's more than Kobe Bryant. That's more than LeBron James. That's more than all of them. So he has 4. Another thing is KD's never lost in any of the 4. So to have those amount of attempts at Olympic gold and to be totally unblemished, I think that that's a feather in the hat of KD. I think it could help somebody like KD's legacy. Let's talk about Stephen Curry. Shout out to the 1,000 people in the live. I think Stephen Curry really showed you why he's an all-time great player. If you looked at Stephen Curry come into this tournament, he was not playing good. As a matter of fact, he was an afterthought. No one was really talking about Stephen Curry. So there was a lot of hype going into it, but nobody was really talking about Stephen Curry like that. Stephen Curry struggled for the majority of these Olympics. And I want to get back to that word struggle in a minute. To a majority of these Olympics. And then when it came the biggest stage and the biggest games, Stephen Curry delivered. Stephen Curry was Michael Jordan-esque in these Olympics. He was Michael Jordan-esque. If you look at the totality of what Stephen Curry did over the last 2 games, he carried USA. He absolutely did. He scored over what? Stephen Curry scored over 60 points, close to 70 points in the last 2 games. Think about that. One man scored damn near 70 points for Team USA in 2 elimination games. And the game that they were talking about, LeBron had a triple-double. Curry had 36 points, 8 assists, or 8 rebounds, or 7 rebounds, 8. It was crazy. Okay, 60 points. 60 points. And he was clutch. I think Stephen Curry put up performances that are going to be remembered forever. I think Stephen Curry's Olympic performances go up there with KD 2020. I think it goes up there with Kobe in 2008 versus Spain. When Spain was going to make that run, and Kobe took over the game, he was either scoring or he took over the game. Took over the game. I think it goes up there. I think it goes up there. I think that if you take here's why I think Stephen Curry should win the MVP. I think that if you take off Stephen Curry off of Team USA over the last 2 games, if you take him off the roster and promote another player that's already on the roster, maybe it's Jason Tatum or Anthony Edwards, you give him his minutes, right? If you do that, I think USA loses. I think they lose. But I think that if you took off LeBron and gave him Jason Tatum's minutes, I still think they win. Why? Because of Curry's ability to hit the long ball. The game versus Serbia, he hit 9 threes. In this game, he hit 8 threes. In 2 games, he's hit 17 3-point shots. 17 threes. This dude hit 17. Now, I know LeBron fans don't want to hear this, but this is what I think. And I got to say this about LeBron fans. Listen, man. Y'all already know ESPN, FS1, and all of these dudes are going to be up there twerking it up all day long for the rest of the week, giving LeBron his props and all of that stuff. Why y'all can't allow somebody to give somebody else some props? Why got to be I'm lying? Why got to be I'm hating? You see, LeBron hater. Why got to be that? You dudes are the biggest haters in sports. Y'all are hating on Curry. I give Stephen Curry some love. Oh, you a LeBron hater. What? Y'all are the biggest haters in the world. Y'all want LeBron to have everything. 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 And if somebody dares give somebody else some credit, oh, you're a LeBron hater. He's a LeBron hater. It's like, come on. There were other players. Were you watching the game? I want to talk about competition. these these games have shown me, and I got to ask you guys a question. These games have shown me that FIBA basketball versus NBA basketball is FIBA basketball seems to be more competitive. And I think FIBA basketball is a little bit more entertaining with NBA talent. I think if you put NBA talent in FIBA rules, I think you have a more entertaining product than the current NBA game we got right now. Why do I say that? Because you can actually play defense. You can actually play defense. If you watch these games, you will clearly see that it's harder to score under FIBA rules than it is in the NBA. It is harder. It is harder to score. Much harder. And I think it gets even harder when you take NBA teams where they don't have, 10 All-Stars, and maybe a team has 2 All-Stars where defenses can actually key in and focus on the 2 stars. I think that you get a more competitive game. It's more balanced. Do they shoot threes? Yes, but it's a more balanced game. Teams can actually play. And if you notice, a lot of the fouls, I was watching Anthony Davis. There were a lot of calls that Anthony Davis will get in the NBA. You know what Anthony Davis will do, for example, he wants to make a move, then he'll bump the guy. He'll bump him first and then make the move because he's attempting a shot for contact instead of actually going up to make the shot. So he'll bump him and then just throw the ball up, but the refs wouldn't give him that. In the NBA, they call that as a foul. They call it as a foul. So to me, I think FIBA rules are more enjoyable to watch with NBA talent versus NBA talent and NBA rules. This is just my opinion. I found it to be more enjoyable to watch. This is just my personal opinion. Another question I got, I was thinking to myself watching that game was, as we're watching the games, I'm saying to myself, how good would NBA players be, the stars, if they regularly had to play under FIBA rules? Why do I say that? Luka Doncic, who I think led the NBA in scoring last season. I think Luka led the league, I think was scoring 32 or 34 or something like that. Luka Doncic went on the JJ Redick podcast and said, it is harder to score in FIBA than it is in the NBA. Luka Doncic said that. And to me, I feel like if NBA players played under FIBA rules, we would actually figure out who are the really talented guys versus the guys that are not talented. I'm going to tell you why. If you look at the overwhelming talent that Team USA had, if we're being honest, if you look at all of the talent, Team USA should be beating these teams by an average of 15 to 20 points. By an average of 15 to 20, if you just look at the talent. They have more offensively talented guys, but when you look at the scores, they're a lot closer. I'm not talking about when they're playing against countries that have no background in playing basketball. I'm not talking about when they're playing against South Sudan, or I'm talking about when they're playing countries that have been playing basketball for a long time. The NBA needs FIBA rules to compete in the future. I think that's a very good point. Here's what I think is going to happen. I think that the reverse of what you just said is going to happen. Devin Booker impressed me so much Devin Booker played very well. He played winning team basketball. Shout out to Devin Booker. I want to go back to thank you for the super chat. He said, Ryan Powell said, the NBA needs FIBA rules to compete in the future. Here's what I think. If the NBA and the American basketball system that rears its players, if they don't adjust the way that they're training these younger college players, these prospects coming into the NBA, if they don't change the way that these guys are being brought into the NBA, even their training, if they don't change it, what is going to happen is I think that you're going to continue to see more foreign players come into the NBA and be better immediately than the guys we have coming into the NBA in the United States at that same time. And the reason I'm saying that is because of the system that the system that they were taught basketball with. Those guys coming from abroad who play under FIBA rules and all of those rules, if you watch them play, they are fundamentally more sound than the current players we have in the NBA coming into the NBA today. Kobe Bryant pointed this out years ago. He said that the reason he had all of his fundamentals was because he was lucky to be in Europe, be a part of some of those clinics and all of that stuff. That's why Kobe was one of the few people that got that. One of the few. Then you have outliers like Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant, Devin Booker. You have a few American guys, Anthony Edwards, that can really actually still develop the game to the point where they're actually very skilled players and can play on both sides of the ball. But for the most part, most guys are just shooting layups and threes. That's it. Layups and threes. And if you, as a parent watching the show, if you have a son that you want to go into the NBA and there are two parents, one son is going to go through AAU and the other son is going to be playing in Europe, playing against adults and playing against real competition. If you bring both of those guys to the draft, I can guarantee you that the guy that played abroad is going to be ahead of the guy that played in the United States, unless they have some type of physical advantage, like a John Morant, like a Zion Williamson. If they have that physical advantage, then yes. But even if you look at it, Anthony Edwards, these guys have been in the NBA for quite some time. Anthony Edwards been around for like 3 years. John Morant been around for like 3 years. 3 years, 4 years. But you got dudes like Wemby. Wemby has the potential to be a top 5 player next year. Next year. Victor Wembanyama has enough upside to be a top 5 player next year. In year 2. And some people will say, oh, it's just because of his height. It's not just because of his height. Bobo been in the NBA too. Chet Holmgren is also in the NBA. Ain't nobody talking about he going to be the next, being a top 5 player next season. Victor has the possibility to do that. And you got to ask yourself the question, how is a rookie or a sophomore have the possibility to be the best player or one of the top 5 players in the NBA in under 3 seasons? How is that possible? Even LeBron James, who came out, he was good. He didn't have those type of upsides. Nobody was saying he was a top 5 player in year 2. He wasn't. He wasn't a top 5 player in year 2. Victor, they were talking about LeBron was a top 5 player in year 2. Who said that? What? In year 2? LeBron was a top 5 player in year 2. What? He was a top 5 player ahead of who? Ahead of who? Allen Iverson? Ahead of Kobe? Ahead of T-Mac? Ahead of Tim Duncan? Ahead of Tracy McGrady? Ahead of Shaq? Who? What? What are we talking about? Like, cut it out. Like, stop that. By probably year 4, yeah, he was getting up there. Even D Wade was better than him before. Now, I know he had Shaq and all of that. Go look back at D Wade. Carmelo came out better than LeBron his first year. Carmelo Anthony should have won the Rookie of the Year. What are we talking about? Carmelo Anthony should have won the Rookie of the Year the year he played. What are we talking? Why LeBron fans, y'all? Man, LeBron fans are ridiculous. LeBron James fans are ridiculous. Y'all are ridiculous. Y'all the most ridiculous. Like, I don't get it. LeBron fans are ridiculous. Y'all think like, y'all, I don't understand. Like, what's up next? What's like, LeBron fans, man, y'all are, god damn. Oh my Lord. If you ask a LeBron fan who's in the NBA in 2003, they don't even know. They don't even know. All they know is that LeBron was in the NBA in 2003. Oh my Lord. How, who won it? Which one of you LeBron fans gonna fight me for this honey? Like, what are we doing? Oh my God. Like, Jesus Lord, what's next? Anyway, so look, back to the Olympics. Back to the Olympics. I think that it's like, no, for real. Like, yo, come on. Like, let me, like, God damn. Like, they're like, no, LeBron was up. Like, what? Ain't nobody talking about no LeBron was better than Allen Iverson or better than Tracy McGrady or better than Tim Duncan or better than Kobe Bryant or better than Vince Carter, better than all of those guys at that point, better than Kevin Garnett, who was winning the freaking, I think Kevin Garnett won the MVP in what, 03? What year did Kevin Garnett win the MVP? Kevin Garnett won the MVP in, I think, 2003 or something like that. 2000 and, yeah, I think like 03, Kevin Garnett. Oh, okay, 04, 03, one of those years. Like, what are we talking about? LeBron James, LeBron was the best. LeBron was the best. Yeah, even his mama womb, LeBron's the best. God damn. LeBron fans, man. God Lord. Good Lord, man. Y'all be twerking it up. There they go, twerking it up in the comment section. Just dusting it up, shaking it up, slapping each other with honey, just stinking up the place. Anyway, back to what I was saying. I think that this is a good accomplishment for LeBron and these guys. It don't put him ahead of Michael Jordan. Let's stop that. People are talking about, oh, you saw what happened with Michael Jordan's son, I don't know, putting some type of powder in his nose or something like that. They're like, yo, why are you not talking about what happened with Michael Jordan? And I'm like, why would I talk about something like that on this channel? What does that have to do with basketball? What does that have to do with Michael Jordan? If you hear me talking about Bronny James, has it not only been about basketball? Even when he suffered that cardiac arrest, I never spoke about it. What's next? You want me to talk about who Bronny James brought to the game? Like, what are we doing? Why would I talk about that? That ain't got nothing to do with basketball. That ain't got nothing to do with basketball. I talk about Bronny James as a Laker, not like what Bronny James is doing in his personal time. Why would I talk about that? Oh, you saw what Michael Jordan did. Keep the consistency. Consistency about what? Why would I talk about that? So anyway, look, man, shout out to Team USA. Great win. I think they did what all of us expected them to do. I think LeBron is going to win the MVP. I'm not sure if they've given him the MVP. Have they handed out the MVP award yet? Let me see. I'm trying to see if they handed out the MVP award. Let me see if LeBron has won it. Let me see that real quick. Also, let me just check this out real quick. If y'all are not following us on IG, Team USA wins 5th straight gold medal. Sure yet. But anyway, it was a great win for them. Great accomplishment for Team USA. I'm happy that they won the Olympic gold, actually. It was a great win for them. I'm just more interested in the regular season, to be quite honest with you, because I would have been more interested in these games if it was a little bit more competitive. We got a very competitive game versus Serbia, so I think that's why a lot of people call that game a classic. This game was kind of competitive, but you never got the sense that USA was going to lose at any point. So anyway, good game for Team USA. It was definitely a great win. I think Stephen Curry should be in consideration to win the tournament MVP. I don't think Stephen Curry is going to win the MVP. I think it's going to be LeBron James. And if he does, so be it, man. So be it. I think that Jason Tatum should never compete in another Olympics. I think that this Olympic committee, Team USA's basketball committee, what they did to Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, I thought that was absolutely unfair. I think that it reflected poorly on Team USA to do what they did to those Boston Celtics players, for them to not give Jason Tatum any real minutes when Jason Tatum was the only American player last year to make the All NBA first team. JT was the only one, which means that he had a better season than KD, Stephen Curry, Durant, Anthony, all of them. And for him to not make, or for him to not get any minutes is crazy to me. It's already bad enough that they didn't let Jaylen Brown play. And for those of you who just saw what they did to Jaylen Brown, if y'all don't know, if y'all were doubting whether or not the Olympics was about politics, now you see. Because Nike and those guys had an invested interest in ensuring that it was pretty much only Nike players. I want to hip you guys up to something else. You want to know another reason why Anthony Edwards didn't play so many minutes? Y'all wondering why? Why Anthony Edwards? Weren't we just talking towards the end of the season about Anthony Edwards being the best player in the NBA? Let's try to get these likes to 400 likes, guys. Weren't we just talking about, couldn't Anthony Edwards be the best player in the NBA? Ain't some of y'all surprised that Anthony Edwards didn't even start? Ain't y'all surprised that Devin Booker started over Anthony Edwards? Devin Booker is not better than Anthony Edwards, but he started every single game over Anthony Edwards. Why is that? Because Devin Booker is a Nike athlete and Anthony Edwards is Adidas. As a matter of fact, at any given moment on the floor during this game, the majority of the stars were all Nike-sponsored athletes, even Victor Wembanyama. Victor Wembanyama is a Nike athlete. So they ensured that all of the Nike athletes were there. I also think that played a reason in why they sent Kawhi Leonard home. You damn right you heard me right. I think it played a reason for why Kawhi Leonard got sent home. Y'all damn right you heard me. You damn right. Kawhi Leonard last season made the All-NBA second team. The All-NBA second team. So if we're going based off of a performance last year, one can make an argument Jason Tatum should have been starting small forward for United States. He should have been. And then it should have been Kawhi in terms of performance last year. Kawhi got sent home. The only players that I know on Team USA that are not Nike sponsor athletes are Stephen Curry, who I think is with Under Armour, and Anthony Edwards. But apart from that, they were all Nike athletes. And Jaylen Brown, who's definitely not a Nike athlete, who was also calling out Nike, he wasn't going to make it. And you heard, what's his name, Grant Hill talk about, oh, no. It was a basketball decision. We're looking at fit. We got to look at the fit. We're looking at the fit. America was the only country in the tournament, the only country to not play its best players in the regular season. It was the only country. The only one. Jaylen Brown was the finals MVP. He couldn't even make the roster. So to me, man, those are the politics of sports. It happens in the Olympics. It happens in the World Cup. It happens in every form of life or whatever you want to call it. That's the Olympics for you. That's the Olympics. So anyway, guys, man, appreciate you guys for being a part of this live. We had a lot of fun. Shout out to the 700 people in the chat. Let me see what other people said. Well, Under Armour's threes won the game. That's a good point. Let me just go through some of the comments, see what some of y'all are saying. These are the politics of sports. Absolutely. Happens in soccer all the time. Well, they said Grant Hill is a company man. USA home twerk team. What else we got? Who else we got? Embiid is in Nike. Okay, I'm not sure. I don't know who you sign under. Whatever. Imagine that. Well, Stephen Curry. Well, without Stephen Curry, their asses would have been barbecued. MJ is a GOAT. Folks just need to try it. Folks are tired of it. Yeah, Michael Jordan is a GOAT. That's that. Let the USA haters cry. Let the USA haters cry. Okay, that was a good one. LeBron plays against podcasters. Okay, who else? Who else? What else y'all got to say? Y'all forgot about MB. Okay, MB was Skechers. Okay, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I did not know that. Who else? Okay, now MB with Puma. All right, whatever. I don't know. I don't know. LMB trolling the crowd again. Joel Embiid, man. Joel Embiid needs to go sit down. Like, Joel Embiid needs to go sit down. MJ had to cover his Olympics jacket because it was Reebok theme outfit. Duh. Oh, wow. I didn't even know that. Who got the MVP? I don't know that. LeBron got dunked on by Walmart OG. Yeah, that was crazy. I saw that. He got boomed up. I saw that one. That was pretty. That was some beast mode stuff right there. I will not be watching the 28 Olympics without Tatum and Brown. I don't think Jason Tatum is going to go on the Olympic team next time. And I don't think Jaylen Brown will ever make an Olympics team. Jaylen Brown is too much of, I wouldn't say a radical, but Jaylen Brown is too much of a free thinker. I didn't even know this. Did y'all know that Jaylen Brown actually is his own agent? Like, let's just pause for a second. Jaylen Brown is his own agent. Think about that. He's his own agent. Do you know how brilliant you have to be your own agent? Do you know how brilliant you got to be? Because not only do you need to know Lamar who? Is it Lamar Jackson? Okay, I didn't know that. Not only do you need to know your business about the NBA and all of that, you also have to understand contracts. Excuse me. Even if you're not a lawyer, you still got to understand contracts. So for him to be his own agent, for him to be the youngest, I think, vice president of the players, PA, whatever, Jaylen Brown is a very smart dude. And he probably don't fit the mold for whatever it is you got to be. What I do know, he's one of the smartest guys in the NBA. Apparently, that's not something they're looking for. Imagine. You can be smart, well-read, articulate, and still they're like, you know what? You're not good enough to represent the NBA. Bring me somebody else who's gonna come out here and say something crazy. Bring me somebody else that's gonna come out here and do some type of crazy, you know what, that'll get the crowd going, that'll dumb everybody down. But him, keep him up out of here. He's too smart. He may start using words that people don't even know. That speaks volumes. Y'all should pay attention to that. Of who the NBA markets to you. Unreal. Jaylen Brown can't be the face of the NBA. Can't make it on the Olympic teams. That's crazy to me. Anyway, guys, appreciate you guys for being a part of live. Lamar Jackson is his own agent. I didn't know that. Lamar Jackson, a football player. I did not know that. I did not know that at all. Shout out to I know Russell Westbrook. He files his own taxes. I mean, he files them and pays everything. Russell Westbrook does that. That I did hear. Now, it's one thing if you file in, I don't know, $100,000, $200,000, $300,000. Okay, you can make a mistake here and there, but IRS penalize you, blah, blah. You filing $25 million, boy, you better know what the hell you're doing. Russell Westbrook pays his own taxes. And Russell Westbrook is one of the smartest guys in the NBA when it comes to business. He's one of the smartest. I heard Russell Westbrook owns so many businesses. He's a pretty sharp dude as well. He's a pretty sharp dude. Shout out to Russell Westbrook. Anyway, somebody said, I am not filing my own taxes on what? On 30. Yeah, neither would I. Neither would I. I'm not gonna make that mistake my damn self. He said, I'm not losing 500. No, I think that you can get somebody to file it, just know what the hell they're doing. But you don't want to make no mistakes. That's all I want to say. Anyway, guys, appreciate you guys for being a part of the live. We had a great Olympics. And then now we got to look forward to the season that's coming up and whatever else we got coming up. Appreciate you guys for spending your time with me. Y'all have a good one. Y'all have a good one. Peace.